I was born and brought up in India, where I saw my mother brave through many gynecological issues. She bled, battled unpredictable, meltdowns. She bled, bloated up. But she could never find a safe space to talk about it or understand her health needs holistically. Eventually, she had to get a hysterectomy fairly early on in her life, which brought with itself its own set of lifestyle problems, hormonal imbalances, and many such issues, which doctors had not warned her about. When we consult doctors, we do it with the trust and blind faith that the treatments they are recommending is based on evidence that is designed to help us. But what if I told you that the medical science discovered in the past century is based on the world's half the population, which does not include women? This invisibilization of women in medicine, this lack of rights-based approach, costs women dearly. It costs them their dignity and sometimes even their lives. Be it medicine or science about menstruation or pregnancy, the impulse is always to manage or fix women's bodies, but not invest in their physiology. Author Abby Norman emphatically titled one of her books, "Ask Me About My Uterus," to highlight that women are not believed in medicine and science. So what should we do? How can women right themselves back in this conversation and this gender-blind infrastructure for the sake of their dignity and health? Well, for some time now, an answer is beginning to emerge. It's called Femtech, the use of digital health to manage women's health issues, an industry poised to be at $50 billion by 2025. But some consider it very simplistic and they're very skeptical about it. How can some digital health apps and period tracking apps root out the deep-rooted systemic patriarchy in medicine, especially in the global south, where girls are still just dropping out of school upon reaching puberty, are not able to access sanitation services or disposal services, and women don't even have access to technology the way men do? Valid points, but here's the thing. Femtech is not just individual apps and digital solutions. It's a thought intervention inserting women right into medical research. It incorporates a much larger rights-based approach to medicine, including diagnostics, softwares, and many other research around women. It also disrupts the supply chain to increase the last-mile outreach of healthcare services for women. For example, GE Healthcare has come up with a portable ultrasound machine, which is helping low-income women in Africa improve their maternal health. In India, there is an organization called UE Life Sciences, which has a portable breast scanner that is helping low-income women increase their breast health. My own organization, TheaCare, makes talking uterus toys using augmented reality, which is used by educators across various sections of society to teach women about their health and disease prevention. Menopause, which is as stigmatized as menstruation, is finally getting the attention it needs via organizations like Genevieve Health, Lisa Health, and Lilybird. My mother had none of these avenues for her when she just got done with a hysterectomy or at any point of her life. But this technological revolution is finally here in our hands, servicing the very demographic by its very name, which has so far been written out of technology: women, non-binary people, and at-risk minors. Also, Femtech is something that deserves more than just a chance. It needs investment. 25% of the world's female population is in South Asia, but less than 1% of the Femtech investment is happening in this region. This really needs to change. Femtech can bring about the next feminist revolution in South Asia by re-visibilizing women in 4 core areas: public health infrastructure, medicine, business, and technology. Ida Tin, the entrepreneur who coined the term Femtech, called it the technological liberation that the political one has not been able to deliver. And that is so true. Femtech finally empowers us to practice rights-based business. Women now finally have the opportunity to not just be end users of technology, but be owners and designers of it. And with this, we can destigmatize, radicalize, and feminize the patriarchal, non-inclusive structures that have so far framed our health and bodies. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love the idea of technology as a liberator and an equalizer.
Thank you. Thank
Do you find that young girls or young adolescents have access to technology, or when are they actually getting it in their hands so that they have access to more information?
So, when we talk about technology, the problem is that we always imagine apps and mobile phones and smartphones, but that is not all that technology is. Even if a woman does not have a period tracking app in her hand, or if she does not have a tool in her hand, if there is research happening out there, the information percolates through the public health system. That is one thing. But whereas directly accessing tools of technology is concerned, yes, in India, which is like a very demographically complex country, women are the fastest growing demographic that is using the internet. Having said that, we still have a very, very, very long way to go, because in so many houses, there are no smartphones, there are only feature phones. And even if there is a smartphone, like there's one in the family and maybe the father or the brother or the husband is using it. So we still have a long way to go, but we are going there really fast.
Yeah. Do you find there's a sense of intergenerational sort of justice with this, that grandmothers, that women who do have access to technology, mothers, that they're sharing that with their daughters and they're helping point them to the information that's going to help them? Because we also know the internet can be a source of disinformation, of myths, of bad information. How do you see that playing out?
So actually, I see the other, like the reverse trend. It's actually the younger girls now who are taking the technology and the new information back to their mothers and grandmothers. I speak a lot to my mother about her hysterectomy when I was much younger when, of course, she got this. But now I take a lot of information back to her. So the younger girls are actually, standing up or confronting tradition, and they're going up to their mothers and their grandmothers and giving them this information. So tradition, I think, in the global south remains the final frontier, when it comes to gender. It's like when it comes to tradition and religion, it sort of all falls flat. But it's, I think, the younger women, with a lot of support from older advocates and our, feminist foremothers, the technology is being taken back to them.
Well, India has an incredible history of feminist foremothers who have done a lot to bring us all along.
It does.
And I think we need to give them a round of applause as we give these incredible youth advocates a round of applause as well. You're fabulous,
Thank you so much.
and your story is terrific. Thank you for your innovation.
You so Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Keep up the creativity and the passion.
Thank you so
and we
much.
hope to see you here next time to see how far this has gone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.